Hello, you guys. How are you guys? Welcome and thank you for being here. Let me see who is in the chat. Hey, PJ. Hey, Kathy, CUIs, Marilyn. Hey, Karen. Leo Girl, Pointer Lover, Chitty Chatty Meg, Catherine Todd. Hey, Muffin Top, good to see you. Oh, hey, Jordan, good to see you. Oh, beautiful Nady. How are you guys? I'll take you out in just a minute. Sorry, the dog's back here crying. Wow, it's been a day here, but I wanted to make time to come on and talk about some of this with you guys. There are a few things that have came out since last night when I was live, and I kind of wanted to just recap that as well, and to tell you guys, the guy that I showed you the video with, like, the gory stuff in the sink and all that from Crime Stories Obsessed, he's actually speaking out. He went on Brittany, allegedly with Brittany last night, and he also made his own video. I actually haven't watched that, and we could check it out. Hey, Brandy. Hey, CBK. Hey, True Crime Crazy. Tracy Wheeler. Hey, Gypsy. Oh, Lynn. Hello. And hello, Corey. So I'm doing pretty good today. We're moving. You guys know moving sucks. It just does. And the kids have been kind of crazy, and, that's just been like my main focus. I do want to say last night the chat was quite large, right? And there was a lot of people in here. It was moving fast. There were, and I have not gotten my emails yet, and I will get to those. But I know some people were upset because their comments maybe weren't being seen or addressed, but I honestly couldn't see them. When you're sharing the screen, you guys, as I'm looking at the other screen doing stuff, I don't see the comments at all. They're kind of hidden in another window. So, and also I think that we're all capable of being adults, right? And kind of getting, being able to agree to disagree. If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I hope that you will go subscribe, because I do plan on doing something there maybe tonight. I have a lot of things I want to talk about. My second channel, Real Talk with Alex, it's everything but true crime. I just, sometimes I have things that I want to talk about, and that's where I go to do it. So, hey, Woofy. Hey, Riddler, good to see you. Hey, Lady V, good to see you. Okay, so let's start out with, before we get into, Kaylee's dad has done an interview. Now this is interesting, you guys. He did an interview with Fox, okay, that came out this morning. Remember, we just heard, that Fox was passing along information that wasn't accurate and saying things that the family didn't say. So I just find that so interesting that he did an interview with Fox. Hey, Melissa Jade. And Melissa, I am so sorry. I did not see the comments that were aimed towards you last night. Look here. I don't give a damn who you are. When you come in this chat, everybody's welcome. But don't you dare make comments towards other people about, don't do that. Don't fight with other people in here. And the kind of comments, I won't repeat them. Do not ever do that in here, because that is not welcome. Absolutely not welcome here. Hey, who said what? And I wanted to say, I am sorry. I know I messaged you privately. However, I want to say it publicly too, and make it clear that is not, I'm not going to put up with that here. I'm not here to do any of that. That's why I have Real Talk with Alex. So if I want to run my mouth about something, I can, because it's disrespectful to the victims, you guys, sitting here fighting with each other. And I find it so disrespectful. I don't know. Check out one of Brittany's lives last week. I commented and left link and time step. Okay, CBK, where'd you comment it? Hey, Lori. I missed last night's live. Yeah. So it was a good live, but so a recording came out yesterday. We know that a Facebook group, a very large Facebook group, had a recording they got from a local of Kaylee and Maddie and Hoodie Guy. And you hear Kaylee say, Maddie, what did you tell Adam? And she says, I told Adam everything. So that came out last night, and that's kind of what we started going over initially, was that recording. And then we kind of moved into a young man who Crime Stories Obsessed did a video on, who, people were talking about. And then he actually did speak out on his own about that video. Yeah, very disrespectful to the victims. Hey, Valerie. on your community post with another one of Brittany's videos you were referencing. Oh, thank you, CBK. Thank you so much. That Fox thing that got swept under the rug. Yes. But now he's doing another interview with him. And I'm going to show you that right now. The News Nation guest said that the meeting with Kaylee's dad, the officers and prosecutors, was intense, and one of the officers almost walked out. Wow. Interesting. CBK, yeah, I don't think that you can. But I can just go grab it from the community post. When we get to that, is that with the boy Ray or whatever? Okay, so, oh, there's Adam again. That's, apparently, supposedly, maybe, who they were referencing in that. So here is this that came out today. I'm going to pause it. We'll read through the article and then check out the video, because a lot of times there will be more information in one versus the other. So Kaylee Gonsalves' father speaks out on update in my Idaho murder case. Well, is there no article with it? Okay, so I guess we'll just.
$100 Visa prepaid card and Showtime included for 1 year.
Sorry for the echo.
Go farther with Optimum. Click now.
And joining me now is the father of Kaylee Gonsalves, Steve Gonsalves, as well as their family's attorney, Shannon Gray. Steve, thanks so much for joining the program. Again, I made a promise to you that our audience would stay on this case and not let this case die. We had a cooling off period last week out of respect for law enforcement to bring the temperature down a little bit. What new can you tell us, Steve? I know we got this new surveillance video that was released by our digital team today. What can you tell us?
That film, to the family, we've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly, and after they had given it to the police. So it was kind of comforting to us, because it's just two girls having a good time talking.
Okay, so as you guys know, on YouTube, you have to pause for fair use purposes. So all the people who love to leave me comments afterwards that say, Alex, why do you keep pausing? Let us watch the video. I can't, okay? So I have to pause, or you can't just steal someone's video, okay? But anyways, you have to pause, add your own input, or that's what commentary is. You got to add your own kind of thing to it. Regardless, I want to point out there, that is really, noteworthy. I didn't say interesting, y'all. That is really noteworthy, though, that he said they've had this for a while. This is not something that just came out to them. The business actually reached out to them privately. So, yeah, just something to point out.
About, asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
Yeah, so you don't suspect that this guy, Adam, that's stated in the video is somehow a suspect or anything like that. You guys have known about this video for a while.
We have, and we asked, and we did the obvious due diligence when we looked into that, and it was pretty clear that this individual was not a part of the investigation as far as a suspect.
So that only goes so far to me, in my opinion. I mean, the family, they have private investigators. So, but can they actually clear someone? No, they don't have they don't have access to the things that none of us do. Imagine if we could just walk into any store and get the, video surveillance, or if we could get subpoenas for people's phone records. Oh, I could see some sick people loving to do that. But, none of us as the public PIs have access to a little bit more information, but not what the police have, and a lot of times they are retired law enforcement and stuff, but.
Good copy. So Steve, what can you tell us about investigation thus far? We've heard about the car details being released as well. Is there anything that we can do to get some answers for you guys so we can get this suspect, whoever it is, in custody?
They've kind of informed us through communications that they've checked all the easiest paths. So, like, if this individual had this car registered to his name and it was just something very quick that they could just look up in the area and go right to his house, they've done all the due diligence there. They've done all that. So now they're reaching out and they're going to look to the community, see if this individual borrowed this car. It doesn't appear that it's something that they have real easy access to. So he may have ran, and they really pushed the narrative saying, hey, if we can get these guys to focus on something that's really helpful, which is this car, and find out if somebody says, hey, that car that looks a lot like mine, I'm going to come forward and just volunteer my information, and then they can figure out if somebody else had borrowed it. Or
do we know what kind of car that Jack drives, Jack D? And also, I got to know what you guys think about this, but this is just something that keeps running through my mind. And I was actually chatting with a friend of mine, LFT, about this, and she kind of said the same thing. Like, why would the individual who owned this car not have came forward at this time? And especially the individual who was seen close to the home and who was seen on these cameras. There would only really be one reason, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that that's the killer, but it's that they don't want police to know. Why not come forward? To me, it makes no sense. When, like, if you're local, all the local news stations are talking about this car, all national news, everyone on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, there's even Instagram, it's everywhere. There's accounts for this case everywhere, and everyone is talking about it. So there could only be one reason to me, and that's if you don't want them to know. Had to come outside to smoke. Hi, Alex. In case you didn't know, it is confirmed that the bartender did live with Jack D. At least back in May, they split a grocery bill. Yes, Libcom, I went through that screenshot from Venmo yesterday where they were splitting groceries, but I didn't know he was a bartender. So is he a bartender at the club where they were at? Hey, Crime Stories Obsessed. Where can I message you? I'm on Facebook under Allie Erickson, ALLIE, if you can message me on there. Oh man, you guys, hold on a second. I gotta get this puppy out of And by the way, hello, Emma. And how are you? And good to see you. If a parent knows, I think they just don't come forward because they don't want to. Oh, and parents know. Like, I don't know what their kids drive. Steve always gives little hints. I think I agree. He was a bartender at Corner Bar under your channel name. Okay, awesome. I can find that. I think he is the bartender. I know. Wolfie, number one, he's not used to being caged up. And number two, well, we're moving, and I'm afraid because the kids keep leaving stuff in the floor, and like, I'm just afraid that he'll chew on something and it'll hurt him because he eats everything. But I think Steve was read the Riot Act and maybe an agreement made for him to only push evidence law enforcement is asking for. So he would need to say video insignificant, the car is important. Ooh, that's an interesting way to look at it. It's possible. My head is spinning from this case. I know. Mine is too. It really, really is. Okay, let me keep playing this though.
or if it, heck, who knows?
Steve, we talked about this off air, but one of the reasons why I want to bring this up is because I think it's.
I would love to hear that off-air conversation.
Critical to this investigation. A lot of these young people were teenagers, and there may have been some illicit activity that was minor that they would have gotten in trouble for, and it may be preventing them from coming forward. What can you tell these young people to kind of motivate them to give up some answers? Don't worry about all the petty stuff. 4 innocent lives were lost here.
Yeah, I want kids to understand that this is such a big case that these guys have their hands full. I wanted to go out there and tell everyone we support the Gonzalez family, support the local police officers, so much so that we want them to be able to work on this case. I know that this is way over the normal workload that they normally have. Plus, they have patrols. They have to patrol now. This guy's not caught. So, there was some rumors that I called these officers a coward. That was not for these officers. That was for a lawyer that was standing in between what the officers would like to release and what is actually being released. And I called that individual. And this was just about coming forward and saying that the profile is a male. I feel like at a month we can rule that that's not going to hurt the case. It's pretty clear. Even the
Wow, so this is actually unfolding in such a really, it's almost like fascinating would be the wrong word to use because that sounds like cold-hearted, but in such a way that I've actually not seen. So like the family is deciding that law enforcement is wrong about what they want to release and don't want to release, and the family is doing it anyway. Then not only do we have that aspect, we have the Facebook groups, a 90,000 person group that is releasing stuff anyway, even though law enforcement hasn't, because they think the public needs to know, and I don't feel super comfortable with all of that because, I mean, I want to know too, don't get me wrong, but then again, like, I really think it could be super dangerous, but I don't know. Hello, LFT. Someone said there's 2 Adams, is there? Oh my God. Hey, Jay. Please don't contact the Corner Club. Steve already confirmed Adam works there. Look, I'm not out here contacting random businesses and random people. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there is an aspect of that that's fine, right? You want to have someone on your channel. You want to get interviews. You have to ask. But I certainly would never call and just confirm if someone works there or whatever. So they told Steve that he currently works there. They told someone else that he doesn't. Well, let's finish and see what he says. I'm not sure. Yeah, please don't contact anyone. Thank you, Lynn. Please don't contact anyone that has ties with this case. Let law enforcement and the PIs do their job. Yeah. Seems like other family members are doing what law enforcement told them to do. Yeah, I agree. I think law enforcement know who it is, or have a very good idea, especially 1 month into this.
The coroner said this was a very strong individual. 2 people had defensive wounds, overpowered those people. So I'm just trying to steer the conversation into a way. So I have another son. I have another person who's going to school there, and I don't want him walking around the streets if it's not safe. So, we know as a family what we're looking for. And, if they see an individual looking a certain way, I'm telling my kids, steer clear of that.
Steve,
but I want other families to know.
Steve, this is your first, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother, but this is your first Christmas without Kaylee. How you doing? How's your family doing?
To be honest, we're not even really going to have a Christmas because you can't get yourself there to where it would make sense. One of my children, the youngest one, is going to go stay with some families because they're going to have the normal type Christmas, and she deserves that. But for us, we can't do that. It's too close to our heart. And how do you have a celebration like this when you've lost 2 of your favorite people in the world?
Yeah. Brother, we continue to pray for you, our audience as well. Thank you so much for joining the program.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God, you guys, now that hit me in that. Oh, oh. I was just talking to my mom right before my live, and my cousin had come to visit, and she was sitting there, and her mom had passed away, and she brought some photos of me when I was little because her mom loved me. Like, she's like, I found tons of photos of you, Ellie. Like, she said, like, we can't tell who her favorite was. And I just said, this is going to be such a Christmas. Like, because it's the first one, and even when it's not the first one, when it's someone like super important to you, and for all of you guys out there, I know there are so many of you who have lost people you love this year, who have lost people very dear to you, and the holidays just aren't the same. And God, that's so sad, but I couldn't do it either. I'm sorry, but what is the point of celebrating Christmas without without the people that what even is Christmas without your babies? I don't care about Christmas. It's all about the babies, just like Athena's friend. Her mom, she just went missing, and that Christmas package came the day that she went missing, and her mom was like, Athena loves Christmas so much, and she doesn't get to enjoy that anymore. And basically took the joy of Christmas from all of us. Geoff, he means two because the family was really close to Maddie as well. Like she was like, what's the sound? Is it better now? Because I was back from my computer. I was like kind of crying and turned around. Okay. Is that okay? Better? Oh no. Not better? That was quick. Or that was the last time that I asked. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Good. Yeah, like when I like turned around, I was doing like a spin and I don't know what happened. I don't know. But I was not very close to the computer at the time. Okay, so here's another article that came out today. This came out 2 days ago, but I do want to talk to you guys about it. But first, I want to get through like the newest things. This is not really anything big, but it's still kind of something to look at that was just posted. So everyone is on edge. Unsolved quadruple killing grips Idaho college town. Christmas looms, but an eerie and decidedly non-festive mood haunts the snowy college town of Moscow, Idaho. Locksmiths' vans have replaced roving carolers. Some residents request pepper spray or guns as Christmas gifts. Businesses close early. Few people walk alone, especially at night. More than a month after 4 local university students were inexplicably stabbed to death in the same home, the case remains unsolved and the killer or killers at large. Police have named no suspect, found no murder weapon, and offered no motive. Moscow's streets are uncomfortably empty, as are the classrooms of its largest employer, the University of Idaho. Many of the university's 11,000 students left town immediately after the murders. Others who left for Thanksgiving have pointedly declined to return. Moscow, a town of 25,000 near Idaho's border with Washington state, isn't accustomed to crime. Residents tend not to lock their doors. Until November, there hadn't been a homicide in 7 years. Now the area feels like a garrison. FBI investigators and state troopers deployed to augment the 31-officer Moscow Police Department are looking for clues. They've taken thousands of photographs and done more than 150 interviews, police say, but so far the case has broadened, not narrowed. Although describing the attack as targeted, the Moscow police chief, James Fry Jr., has been forced to concede the possibility of a larger danger. We cannot say there is no threat to the community, he told reporters. Residents who normally live alone stay at friends' houses. They lock bedroom doors as well as exterior ones. A manager at Tri-State Outfitters, a local store, declined to tell The Guardian if gun sales have increased since the killings. Sporting goods and hardware stores in the area, though, confirmed that police detectives have visited to ask if they sold Kabar, however you say it, style military knives. We do know that these flyers are going in mailboxes and stuff like that. Police have been flooded with more than 5,000 tips, many of which have been unfounded. Internet sleuths have exacerbated wild rumors. Moscow police captain Roger Lanner recently said the victims' families have since experienced harassment and received death threats. The Reddit forum Moscow Murders already has more than 78,000 members. It feels rather strange and kind of sad to be highlighted by this tragedy in our small town, a 2019 graduate of the U of I told the Idaho Statesman. You can tell everybody's on edge. If Moscow feels oddly quiet, no place feels quieter or sadder than a pale vinyl-sided house on King Road, not far from the frat and sorority houses of Greek Row. Until Sunday, November 13th, the rented house had 5 occupants and was known for hosting parties. Can you imagine? Because it's like a house in your neighborhood. It's always loud. There's always lots of people there. And then, something like this happens. Let's see. Built against a hill, the King Road house had an eccentric 3-story design. I have no idea who could have done this or why they could have done this to Kaylee. Her friend Jordan told the New York Times. Was that the girl with the weird interview that we watched? Kernodle, who was born in Idaho, so they're talking about Xana, was independent-minded. Her family has said she was positive, funny, and was loved by everyone who met her. Her sister, Jasmine, told the New York Times, "She made me such a proud big sister, and I wish I could have had more time with her." Ethan was a high school basketball player from Washington State. He was a triplet and spent part of the Saturday before his death with his siblings. "My kids are very thankful that it was time well spent with him. He made everybody laugh. He was just the kindest person." The victims were close-knit. They talk about the photo they all took together. "I don't want people to make assumptions about our kids," Ethan's mom told the Idaho Statesman. "It wasn't drugs, and it was definitely not some passion thing between these kids. Someone entered the house." Because at first, Ethan was kind of getting the blame. Let's see. They talk about Jack. Jack has not been named as a person of interest, and Gonsalves' family has said that she often called friends late at night. Her older sister, Olivia Gonsalves, has said that she and her family, quote, "stand behind Jack 100% and know he had absolutely nothing to do with this." Let's see. Inside there was a lot of blood, the coroner said. Police are looking into the information that about the stalker. Now, this is kind of interesting. So we kept hearing that, this is not the first time this has happened either, where police are not exactly getting the same information as the public. So, for instance, we heard about the door being open, right? When the police chief does the interview, he's kind of surprised by that. It's like he doesn't know. And so I'm just wondering, I don't know. Maybe they're just interviewing different people, talking to different people. But it's crazy that, Brian was so quickly and easily able to find this. And let me see if I can pull that up for you guys, because I was not live the day that this came out, and I did want to talk about it and show you guys. Let me see. Idaho store manager said Kaylee complained of a stalker. Okay, so I think this guy worked at a vape store. And I know most of you guys have probably seen it, but we are going to take a second just to check it out, because I think it's something that has to be talked about. Why have the police, kind of said they have not found any evidence of this, but he's so easily able to find it. Hey, Bear of Love. They had an open house policy. That's okay, Lady B. I saw Grubhub truck. The life was literally taken out of it. Yep, the victims, the house, the community. It would be so somber and quiet and just kind of, I don't know.
But I want to start with that story confirming that Kaylee had a stalker. So take me to that whole situation with the business in town and what you found out.
Yeah, this was interesting, Ashley, and we didn't expect it. We went to this vape shop in downtown Moscow looking for surveillance video. I mean, we've been going all over the place just trying to get any new information. And the manager actually knew Kaylee and Maddie. They had been there 6 or 7 times. And then he had a lot to say about the potential of this stalker. Listen to what he told me.
So Kaylee and Maddie would both come in very happy, very friendly.
Mallory, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for being here. Good to see you. My Kabar knife is very sharp, but it dulls quickly. Today, technology has produced far better knives than the Kabar. I was reading some about that, and they were, this guy who said that he was issued it in the military as soon as, where did I even see this? He said as soon as like they got it and they got through boot camp or whatever, that they would go buy a better knife, that the knife would had a tendency of the tip breaking off and different things like that. Hey, Guidance, good to see you. Hey, Crazy Mama. I believe this town hides their crimes a lot. Oh, absolutely. In this crime, they couldn't. I don't believe there hasn't been a murder in 7 years either. Well, they definitely, most likely, in my opinion, do. I'm not saying they hide it completely. However, we know they did not want reward posters hung up. They were afraid of people not wanting to go to school here. I think that that's going to, make a big difference. If they, to me, the posters, hanging up reward posters is a good thing. People are not going to want to go to school there anyways over this crime until someone's caught, but let's listen. I liked listening to this because it's like hearing somebody who knew them, and kind of just as I listen, I'm like envisioning the girls in his store, and being just so like young girls are, full of life and kind of love and spunkiness. And hey, Eris. Afternoon, hope all is well. Fantastic stream yesterday. This beginning my new adventure of analysis here. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. Let's all. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Laura. Their revenue, I'm sure, is based on the college. Oh, yeah. Because, not only the college revenue, which they said is the largest employer in the town, but also the surrounding businesses. That's where they get their business, these college kids. But what's more important, and I get it. Like, you got to have money to live, but I don't know.
They always were just such a smile on their face. Just like pretty much you would say the light of the world, pretty much. Always happy, go lucky. They always came in just chatting. They always came with a group. Like I said, they probably I'd say 4 or 5 girls at most, all the time. They come in together. And I made a joke about it earlier. It was like, hey, coming together and stuff like that. It's nice to see you girls trying to stay safe. One of them more or less openly says, "Oh yeah, we've had a friend of ours be stalked before, so this is kind of why we all travel in a group like this." And just was it Kaylee who said that? Do you remember? No, it was Maddie who actually said that. So Maddie said it, and it was kind of like more mentioning, like motioning to Kaylee too, like who was right next to her. So you could tell that like they obviously all were trying to keep Kaylee safe, and be there.
And I see why people think this could be a made-up story. We have police saying they haven't verified any stalker. However, just take a second and think about what we've heard about their manners of death don't match. Their points of damage don't match. Those kind of things. Kaylee was, as far as we know, it was a lot more brutal what she had to go through. So I don't know. It makes, I'm not ready to say he's lying at all. that's just where I'm at. But I could see why people are. But hey, chemistry queen.
There for her as good friends. And then, yeah, to know that a few weeks later, now I won't see her, anymore, anything like that. So it's
So
crazy.
how long before the murder about was that?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks beforehand, because I was telling them I hope they had a good Thanksgiving break and everything like that too, because I didn't know if I'd see them again. So, because with a lot of the times with the kids, with the way after the pandemic, some of the kids leave in waves. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to see you this weekend or not. Hey, hope you have a great, Thanksgiving with your family. And that was the last I saw them.
Did they elaborate any more on the stalker comment?
They more or less kept making the comment that it always seemed to happen either by the campus or down on Main Street. And the last time
I'm curious what in the world they would have said that would make him feel that way. That it always seemed to happen by the campus and down on Main Street. Yes, they are Nana Sue. They are the same person. As far as I know, that's what I know to be true at this time. However, I'm human too, and I obviously can get things wrong. Donna, I didn't even realize. I know you've been here, but I didn't even realize, if I said hello or anything. So thank you for being here, and I'm so happy that you are. People really don't have a reason to lie, in my opinion. Yeah, what does he get out of it? I mean, initially, when first asked, he probably didn't expect to be on the news. I don't know, maybe, but Bethany and Dylan would know, and I bet Kaylee's sister would know about a stalker. What if it's not necessarily a stalker, but it's someone who creeped her out or something? Just like Xana's fam said, she, quote, fall like hell, unquote. So I always interpreted that to mean she did have a lot of injury. Certainly more so than Ethan, but maybe also more so than the other females. It's possible. That is very possible. And what the dad said to Fox. So now we know how he did say those things, because remember, he said it was a hell of a fight down there. I actually would love to go through that interview again. He said he wasn't calling police cowards. He was calling the lawyers cowards that were kind of working in between him and the police of what would be released. So all of that stuff must have, I'm really curious. If something else wasn't true, wouldn't he have taken the time today when he did an interview with Fox News, the network that originally put that out, and say whatever wasn't true? Dad is lying now about who he called a coward. 10 minutes on TV. Takes a lot of anger, rage, and emotion to kill someone. I can imagine. Oh, thank you, Tennessee Shine. Awesome. Yeah, it's really just like a girl chat, slumber party type of hangout channel. Okay. I'm going to listen for another second, and then I'm going to grab something really quick.
Kaylee more or less made it sound like it seemed like it was down on Main Street, and that the person was coming from around the Corner Club area. And then as far as I remember, it's the guy who ended up trying to go and talk to her, and then he gave up on it and he ended up walking away. So she thought she was being stalked up to a certain point, and then looked behind her and he was no longer behind her. So,
oh my gosh, you guys, we've got something new. Brian Enton just released. So, with this new recording, we only saw a picture. I believe we just got the actual video footage. So hold on a second. Let me see. It's a few dudes who like to crash. Absolutely, Jay. And we love that. I love that so much. And I love you guys being there. Yeah. Let me see. Hey, Delana. Dad gets mad when cops clear people, but Dad clears main suspects. I will declare myself binary. I will leave if you ask me to. I get it. No biggie. No, I mean, you don't have to leave. And anybody's entitled to any opinion here. As long as you're not mean to me or, making horrific comments to other chatters about their personal and private lives and different gross things like that, like we saw yesterday. You ain't got to go nowhere. Okay, let me show you. Ready? Let's switch over to Twitter. Can you guys still hear me? Oh my gosh, dog. I'm sorry. Something had to happen though. Xana, Dad changed the lock. That's true. Okay, so here we go. I got to mute so we can hear it because you'll get an echo. So just a second. First, let's read this. So, one of two. Full surveillance video appears to show Kaylee and Maddie Mogan walking in downtown Moscow, Idaho, hours before the murders. In the video, you hear, Maddie, what did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. The attorney for the Gonsalves family tells me it is his understanding Adam is a bartender and is not a suspect at this time. Video obtained through the Facebook group University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion. So they must have released the full video. Let's watch it. And I want to watch their body language and all of that. So hold on.
What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
Holy wow, you guys. This is just, oh my God. I got to know what you guys think. I'm believing it too. Oh my gosh. I got to watch it a few more times. Just without hearing it, just to watch them. Look, Maddie and him come around really close together. Hold on, you guys. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Oh yes, I think Lynn, somebody has the membership link if you guys don't care. I don't know if Delana might have it too. Dad said that she was talking about a bartender named Adam. Yep, absolutely, Truth Seeker. I agree. That's really random. I have to think on that for a minute. I know. And I have to, Kaylee sounds upset and slightly demanding to know what she said, as if she didn't want her to tell him something. I agree with you. Hey, hello, Blackwing Paranormal. I agree with you. I also feel Kaylee sounds upset, panicked, something. I know some people feel like maybe it's just because of the quality of the video and that kind of stuff, and that could be too. But in my personal opinion, I do think, yes, now it's obvious Hoodie Guy was walking along with them. I know. Now, let's take a 2-week, let's go back, because even I was so suspicious of him. But I saw a lot of people just straight blaming him. And my mind, I don't know, it's all over the place. It's hard to make sense of it all and hard to have the emotions, the right, I don't know. Welcome, Lady V, and thank you. Sounds upset and nervous, like she's maybe hiding something. Off the bat, it doesn't feel sinister or like anyone's running for their lives or anything. Agree. Hoodie Guy looks pretty tough. Too bad he didn't go home with them. He could have helped. A larger YouTube channel was kind of dissing the still photo, saying we can't trust just a screenshot. I'm glad the video is now released. I am too, because if you're going to release the audio, I mean, come on now. Release the video as well. Thank you again. Welcome, Lady V. Yes, Dad said they had it for a while. We watched that. He will know more about this. Adam is Jack's friend, not the bartender at the corner bar, right? So I'm assuming that it is the same person. But I don't know. Like I said last night, you guys, Adam is not an uncommon name. I thought it was more common with my generation, but I mean, I'm only 33, so I'm not much older. There was a lot of Adams when I was younger. Yep, sunset gazing, absolutely. The body language doesn't match how her voice goes up. I know. I agree. I expected, in my mind, Mallory, I expected to see Maddie walking all calm and she's she's got a buzz. She's all calm and relaxed. I expected to see Kaylee running up behind her. Maddie, tell me what you say to him. But that's not it at all. As a parent, I would never be clearing anyone Maddie just happily swinging along. Yeah. She's definitely looks very just like happy, you know, like she's just doing her thing. Kelly was gonna dump Jack D. Kaylee was gonna jump Jack D. Break it off forever. Possibly. I don't know. Adam and Jack are my main focus until they are cleared by police. That's why I said people need a complete of that day, not snapshots, or everybody will seem guilty. Yep, I know, Joe. It's crazy. I'm going to play it with the sound again. Oh, hey, Addicted to Art and Crime. Welcome. Thank you, Crazy Mama. Oh, welcome, Sweet and Sleuthy. Thank you for joining. No, Hoodie Guy was just walking with him. I know. Look at him. Wow, it's freeze warning in Florida. That's crazy, Riddler. Y'all, everyone was blaming Hoodie Guy. Let's tell the truth. We are all grown. Kaylee was worried what all Maddie told Adam. Maddie wasn't worried at all, in my opinion. Tiffany, I agree with every single word of your comment. Every word. The bartender is definitely not Jack's friend. Okay, so not the same guy. Yeah, I just would have assumed that, but I don't know. Wonder what everything really meant. Yeah, what is everything? This video is legit with the audio specifically. I mean, I don't know. This is what I didn't even know that it was out. I was just going to Brian Enton's Twitter to see what we could look at because, like, he's been there and just, you know, he's down there, I think, right now. And it just happened to be the first post on his Twitter. Let me show you. So, I mean, I trust his reporting. So, let me read again what he says. Full surveillance video appears to show Kaylee and Maddie Mogan walking in downtown Moscow, Idaho, hours before the murders. In the video, you hear, Maddie, what did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. The attorney for the Gonsalves family tells me it is his understanding Adam is a bartender and is not a suspect at this time. The video was obtained through the Facebook group University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion. I tell you guys what, I guarantee you police will have to comment on this because they do a lot of those. Now, Ashley Banfield was not happy. I watched her the other night and she was really dissing the chief of police she said, well, I need to point out right now that they are doing interviews every day without the press. And that's important. They are not allowing questions from the press. They're doing their own private press conferences, you know, and that's a good point. But I still think that they will have to answer this, even if the press is not there asking the questions, because they're probably going to get a lot of stuff about it. Some people do act different when they drink. Tennessee Shine. Yeah, she was. She was happy. It's really sad. Hey, Mayhem and Miracles. And in the just still photo with audio, there is a bleeping scanner type sound like checking out at a grocery store. And now I know where the truck noise is from. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mute and I missed a lot of comments, you guys. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people in here, but I'm going to mute and we'll listen again and then chat about it. Rich Buddy said she must have told Adam how her friend really feels, that she is not going to get back with him. Well, Jack D is her ex, but she told him something that she was concerned about for sure here.
I told Adam everything. What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
Okay, so I want to watch it with you guys again just for a second without the sound, because let me go back to the very beginning. I can't slow it down because it's not a YouTube video. But look at Adam. Wait, no, not Adam. Look at Hoodie Guy and Maddie, and then Kaylee over to herself, kind of. That is really, I'm wondering about that because look at them. They look like a couple the way that they're standing together. Yes, Moscow PIO has 8 videos so far. They are mostly staged interviews asked by a friendly interviewer. Yep, I agree with you that he knows before. This everything may explain why those multiple calls to JD were made. 1 + 1 = 2. Marilyn, I agree with you. Since body language doesn't fit, makes me wonder if it is Kaylee talking or someone off screen to Maddie. I don't know. I kind of think that it is her because it sounds like her, but I don't know. Maybe. Ooh, wait. I seen that years and years ago. I don't remember who the waitress is, though, Venus. Yes, Rainbow Mom. They released more footage, not the police, but the Facebook group that has around 90,000 people. Tiffany, I'm sorry. In my honest opinion, if my baby was slaughtered, then I'm not clearing nobody until someone is arrested. Yeah, boyfriends, everybody. That's how I would be as well. So, Rainbow Mom, this is a new video that was just released of the girls walking to the grub truck. And you can see it, and they said that they released it so the public could see that Hoodie Guy, who we believe is Jack S., was actually with the girls and wasn't just there watching over them creepily like it looked in the little bit of footage we saw. But do you guys see how they're walking like a couple, you know? It's a wide shot. I see nobody else. It fits to you. Tiffany clear doesn't mean that's true. That is true. Oh, we miss you too, Rainbow Mom. Do we know why they needed a chaperone? Did they feel threatened that night? Actually, no, Lisa, and I think that's a great question. We don't know. We've not heard that there was anything that night. Now, we know that Kaylee and that they had often talked, if we believe the vape store manager, that they had talked about Kaylee having a stalker and staying together and, you know, kind of the buddy system type stuff. But the way he's so close, I don't know. Something weird about this video, but let me play it one more time so we can hear again.
How did you say to Adam? Like, I told Adam everything. Like, I told Adam everything. How did you say to Adam? Like, I told Adam everything.
Wow. It's a lot clearer than the one I played before. Interesting. Well, I think you guys, I have a few things that I need to do because we're moving and stuff. I'm going to go do that stuff. I'm going to see what else I can gather. I'm actually going to clip this and put it on my TikTok video really fast. And then maybe this evening I can talk with you guys a little bit more about it. Or maybe we'll go over to Real Talk with Alex, my second channel I just started. If you guys aren't subscribed, please go over there and subscribe. It is not true crime, but if you're interested in like conspiracies, just girl talk, just anything but true crime, a place where if I feel like I need to speak about something, I have a place to do it. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys this evening and we'll talk some more about it. Thank you, Donna. You have a great day too. Thank you, Bear of Love. Thank you, Jesse. Thank all of you guys for being here. I so appreciate it. Ooh, Libcom. I'll have to remember that name. Yeah, I'd like to know what was told as well. Hey, Chrissy, I just saw you. About, I don't know, Mark, the ladder is still interesting. No, Joe, I moved that 4:30 live to this one. But just make sure you guys have notification on because I know I want to talk more about this. I just have a few things to do. And then, yeah, I love you all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you to my mods. I really, really appreciate you being here to help me. It means the world to me. Thank you to my chat. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.